The supermarket is a place you should be able to get all your essentials and non-essentials alike. In a good supermarket, you can get anything: electronic gadgets, food items, toiletries, and even fresh fruits and clothes. You can get all of them in a supermarket, but the major stock in a supermarket is the grocery. They contribute to more than half of all the supplies in any supermarket business in Nigeria. It is essentially a shop, but a major feature about supermarkets is that you go around stores and shelves to shop for items. It is effective for an avid shopper and brings a lot of money to the owner because, with plenty of items on display, people see items that appeal to them, they just grab them and add to their shopping baskets. If you are aiming to start your own supermarket business, this video explains all the detailed requirements, the startup costs, the profit margin, and every other thing that you need to put in place to get started. So, where do you locate your supermarket? Supermarkets are best located in urban cities and suburban towns. Small towns won't cut it because the majority of buyers from a supermarket are city dwellers, as they tend to consume more stuff. And when they shop varieties of the same item. Like tissue papers, for example. The city dweller buys a toilet paper for the restroom, a tissue box for the sitting room, and a toilet roll for the kitchen. So, the supermarket performs better in a city lifestyle setting or suburb. Supermarkets do well in shopping malls and filling stations because these are places with high human traffic. If they must be situated inside a plaza, then it has to have a lot of space to accommodate the style of the supermarket. You don't want your customers bumping into each other or goods cramped up in a little space, or even worse, some goods not having the fortune to be displayed. You can also locate a supermarket in line with other shops, like you have your corner stores. The next thing is setting up the supermarket warehouse. A warehouse is where you store your products before they are being sent to the shelves. They are usually located not far from the actual supermarket or even adjacent to it. Its function is to keep a stash of goods that will serve as a reserve supply when the ones in the shop are sold out. Because a shop owner doesn't wait till his stock is depleted before he makes a move for a restock. It may take several days before goods are delivered, which means there will be empty stalls in the supermarket, which is not ideal for a supermarket business, as customers will start venturing somewhere else when they start to notice they don't get what they came looking for. Special care should be taken for fragile goods. Ones that are heavy should be placed below light ones, and when stacking carton packages, don't exceed the maximum number a particular carton should carry. The maximum stacking weight is always labeled on the carton. Goods that smell should not be put close to ones that do not, like detergents and foodstuff, for example. The place should not be damp or contain a leak, both roof and rat holes, as many goods could be damaged that way. And a great security should be in place. Now, arranging your shelves. Arrange goods in shelves in such a way that it will be easy for customers to navigate and find what they want. You should start by creating categories for your goods. Then, place each item where it belongs. Related items should be found close to each other. For example, pasta shouldn't be far from macaroni. Choose suitable furniture. Metal rails are good, they're lightweight and don't take as much space as their wooden counterparts. But then, wooden furniture takes more load. It is up to you to decide which suits your shop best. Naming your shelves is a priceless idea. It will help people navigate even more easily. You can achieve that by placing the names directly on the shelf. Some shelves come with available spots for name tags. You can erect signboards that point to the product categories. Usually, large supermarkets employ the use of the type that hangs from the ceiling. Another important tip when arranging goods is to separate male products from female products. It will make things a lot easier for customers, but that is not why you did that. Female customers tend to buy on impulse, and once they have all they need in front of them, it is going to be a shopping spree, which means more cash into your register. Electricity and lighting. Since a supermarket is built under a roof, it gets really dark when there is a power outage. You have to have a generator set that will supply enough power to lights and your POS machine, Also to power your refrigerators. Lighting is very important. Fix as many light bulbs as possible in the shop. Products. Retail is your primary concern when running a supermarket. To maximize profits, supermarkets usually discourage wholesale of goods, except on exclusive items sometimes. Also, take note, the owner of the supermarket is not a reseller. There is a huge difference. A reseller usually sells one product en masse like a t-shirt reseller, but in a supermarket business, you aim for everything. And what really matters to you is supply and resupply continuously of everything under the sun. The major product categories found in supermarkets are groceries, toiletries, wear accessories such as sunglasses and watches, notebooks and stationery, clothing and foodstuff frozen, household items, electronics and appliances, kitchen supplies, baby care, fashion and beauty products, simple tools such as scissors, and clothing. Restocking your supplies. The single most important thing while running a supermarket business is to know when to restock and the quantity to restock. One has to keep tabs on the rate at which goods are finished so that they can get them before they are depleted. Also, the owner or manager has to keep a reliable and stable communication line so that you could be reached when there is need for distribution companies to contact you. And making a great number of contacts is important because your goods come from different sources. The contact list related to the business will include businessmen, distributors, wholesalers, product companies, marketers, and so on. Sometimes the list may include homemade snacks from catering services or even from individual homes around your neighborhood. There is a huge revenue from these small enterprises because people like them. But just make sure before you start selling these products, they have the necessary requirements like a NAFDAC registration, for example. There are so many different items and varieties that it's impossible to get from one place. Here are a list of some of the usual restocking methods. Distribution companies, wholesalers, direct from manufacturers, or online orders. Let's start with the distribution companies. Distribution companies choose a set of products to distribute. Some of them distribute specific items from specific companies, while others mix the kind of products they deal with. They usually come knocking at your door. You don't have to worry about them. But when you start out new, before you are known on the yellow pages, so you have to restock by going to wholesalers for the first few times. Wholesalers. There are businesses that set up huge warehouses or big stores to sell certain types of products. They get their products directly from the manufacturers and don't sell in small quantities. Shop owners come to buy from them at a reduced price, from the original selling price to retail. Most of your items will be coming from wholesalers. The next is buying directly from manufacturers. Some manufacturers allow their goods to be bought by small buyers like retailers, mostly because they don't produce much at a time, or it is a part of their marketing strategy to sell to retailers. Anyways, you jump at the opportunity. Making orders online. In this technological age, it is close to impossible to skim off the internet from any business, with products spread all over the globe. Getting your hands on them quickly has never been easier. It is fast, it is convenient, and it is cheap, as you wouldn't need to worry about shipping costs if you are buying in bulk, especially when orders are made from China, where most of the goods are being produced. You could use this method to buy from specific sellers like a fashion house, and you could use it to order for items that cannot be sourced locally. Tools for an inventory. Keeping a good inventory list is a must, which is an itemized list of all the merchandise in stock. It will help you determine what you need, how much you need, and when. The simplest way is by manually writing in a book, though it is time consuming and very susceptible to errors. The other way is by using barcode scanners. Computers fitted with a barcode scanner and the appropriate software makes the job a lot easier. For every item that is sold, it is registered into the system simply by scanning it. The software marks the product as purchased and at the same time strikes it off your inventory list. It collects other data such as price of the item, so at the end of the day, you know how many of that same product is left and how much it will cost you to restock. So what are the list of required items? In order to start a supermarket business, you are going to need some serious equipment. Our calculations and price quotes will be based on an 8 by 16 meter square of shop space. And as it's impossible to name the price of goods in a supermarket because of the abundant varieties, we are just going to name a single price for the goods that will represent the amount needed to fill an 8 by 16 meter square shop if they were displayed on racks and some stored in the warehouse. The price that will conveniently fill an 8 by 16 square meter supermarket will approximately be 2.8 million naira plus 500,000 worth of warehouse supply. It will total 3.3 million naira. I'll be dropping a list of the items you need and their prices in the descriptions below. So, hired help for your supermarket business. Your supermarket business is going to need to be run by assistants. Some persons who do the hard labor of moving goods to and fro. At least one security personnel and the salesperson at the counter. The salesperson has to be experienced and have a technical know-how of how to operate the computer and the various software that will come with it. The person has to know how to operate the printing machines and should be able to replace paper rolls. He or she should also be able to perform simple troubleshootings by themselves. There should be at least 4 workers in the shop of that size. Salary ranges widely between the employees. The salesperson gets the chunk of the salary, which may range from 45 to 50,000 naira. The others may be at the range of 15 to 20,000 naira each month. Sales in the supermarket. All the action happens at the counter when the customer is about to pay for the items. Here, you employ what marketers call after-sales marketing. Bring forward the snacks, all the other small items such as batteries and small toys, things the customer will not hesitate to buy because of their low price. These items may save you the hassle of finding change and put more money into your pocket. Custom plastic bags is also a great way of marketing, whereby your supermarket business name and brand is printed on it and handed to the customer when they check out. Each and every item should be scanned by the barcode scanner for the computer to process the transaction and update the inventory list. And for every transaction, there should be a receipt printed and given unless the customer states otherwise. At times, you might experience a computer breakdown. This should not spell the end of the day. Devise a backup plan to record the sales data, which the best way to achieve this is by writing in a book. Tedious, but worth it. Another important thing at this point is to keep things tidy and organized. Simple chores should be organized and done with efficiency. For example, shopping baskets should be returned to their place and not left at the counter where the customer presented it. Paying of tax. You could easily be paying too much tax if you haven't registered your business properly with the CAC, because your tax will only be an estimate and you could easily be facing fines. Promotions and deals. Participate in many promotions as possible. Help brands spread awareness for their products. That does not only help them, it also makes people view your supermarket business as more legit and classy. And you might end up gaining rewards from the promotions and deals. Expected profit margin. It is very hard to say as this form of business swerves with the economy. A simple rise or fall in the economy can affect it badly and change the margin by several degrees. But it is possible to estimate around 1% or less, which could be up to 78,000 naira in cash every day. So a brief summary of everything. The capital you will need to start this business is 5.7 million naira approximately. A suitable location is an urban area. Potential customers, well, everybody. Profit margin is between 1 and 2%. Business hours is 12 hours every day. A supermarket business is one of the most profitable ventures in Nigeria at this time. The daily products sold in supermarkets are the everyday needs of everyone. So, there you have it. This is a detailed guide on how to start a supermarket business in Nigeria. Be sure to check the description below for the lists and prices of products and capital assets you will need to start your business.